Alrighty, folks, what's going on? This is Matt here for Dark One Likes Tech and Gaming, and this is the fusion of Linux technology and gaming. And we are looking at devices, very much a fusion of technology and Linux. So this is the Fairphone 4. This is the 8 gig 256 model. The charcoal black. So there's a few different reasons I went with this particular phone. Repairability, update process. As far as like supported updates is like 5 to 7 years, if I remember correctly. There's just a lot of good reasons to get it just as an Android user. Not what I got. So as you can tell, this is not running, well, it's running Android-ish kind of. I'm not going to get into like, it runs Helium, which is just a layer on top of Android. I'm not going to get into all that. This is running Ubuntu Touch. I installed Ubuntu Touch on this. I unlocked the bootloader and made Android kind of go away for a while. I used Ubuntu Touch as my primary phone for a solid week, 600 miles away from where I live. No access to any other device other than this one. So I had to make do with what I had. And the conclusion was interesting. So there are a few things. You will notice certain things like Uber on here. Messenger, Google Play Services, Google Play Store. I have enabled Waydroid. Now, in order to enable Waydroid, there's some hoops you have to jump through to do that. And then you have to make sure you jump through the right hoops with the right services enabled, et cetera, et cetera. What I want to talk about specifically, though, is this usable as a phone? And, in the modern age. For most users, yes. Because, like, as an example, I'm trying to think it's that one. So this is the default camera app. Hey, look, camera works. Zoom works. Video works. Hi, guys. Like, it all works. So that's an improvement over where the Fine Phone stands currently already. I believe it's blocked at 1080p 30, 60 maybe. And it doesn't have some of the niceties and all the other stuff, but it's there. It works. It's functional. Like if you're posting on social, it don't really matter. Email works. I think it's what do I have? Deca. Yeah, Deco too. Most of your apps can work within the Morph browser. So like for me, I need Discord, so I use Discord within the Morph browser. Notifications even worked. There is a great native app called Teleports for your Telegram. Love that app. Text messaging worked. Phone calls worked. The App Store, while not massive, does have apps. There's pure maps for your GPS stuff. So like, so we'll get into the GPS in a second, but like there is a selection of apps that you can get that work fantastic. Let's talk about the GPS here. This is the Achilles heel. If you rely on any type of location-based services, that'll be severely limiting. Doesn't matter if you're using Waydroid. It doesn't matter if you're using default apps. I have tried both. And the lack of a GPS, which is, the assisted GPS, the initial lock on is horrendous. As for like, I'm just going to be totally real. The lock on times for that is atrocious. So if you rely on any type of GPS that in any timely manner, I really can't recommend it, to be brutally honest. It's just not good. So, but I mean, as you can tell, like the apps load quick. Like this is a much better experience than you would have gotten on the Pine Phone or even the Pine Phone Pro. There are there's going to be a gap app for some people, and that's fine. But if your basic needs can be accomplished in a web browser and you need messaging and phone and that kind of stuff, and a few ancillary things, this actually works out pretty well. It's fast, it's smooth, it's responsive. It um it does pull on your CalDev stuff, so there's that. Like there's just a lot of stuff that there is to like about this. It's again, it's very fast, it's very fluid, very smooth. So there's really not a lot to not like about it. Um, the process to get there could be better. The process to enable Waydroid could be better. There are certain processes that could be better, but overall, if you can get a phone with Ubuntu Touch, specifically the Fairphone, because it is the best spec'd phone that you're going to get for the Ubuntu Touch experience pre-installed, I don't see why you wouldn't, because it's going to cover most of your needs. Just to be totally bluntly realistic about it, if you're a general person, you can post to social, you can post to wherever you need to go. For your socials, you can go and use Discord if you need to. Most of your functional phone stuff is going to be there. But the caveat is, how much do you rely on location-based services? That's actually the biggest Achilles heel, I think. And the unlocking process needs to be a little more straightforward and specifically it's more Fairphone's documentation, or where they put the documentation, not so much the documentation itself and whatnot. So overall though, is it a $300 phone? That's going to be up to you, not me. As an either or phone, for me, I think it's a well-built, decently spec'd phone with a decent repairability and longevity point of view. And those are all check marks that the Linux folks should really, really like. And the fact that you can run something that more or less isn't Android and is based on Linux, what's really not to like? The only complaint you'll probably hear is, oh my God, it's Ubuntu. Pick your battles, boys. Pick your battles. So that's all I got to say about it. It's a situational thing. Do you want a DIY phone with a non-Android OS? Then if the answer is yes, then this is about your only solid option for a complete option. And that is a mobile experience that doesn't throw Linux on a phone just to say it's there, like Mobian and the various other aspects that are kicking around. That's my personal take on this device. Overall total experience, I would say 6.5 or 7 out of 10 as a general device. It is perfectly serviceable, fine, or it does what it needs to. As the hurdles are what hold it back, and the GPS, the lack of assisted GPS is what kills it specifically for me. But I think it's a fantastic device for most people who want to try something that isn't, Android or iOS. You just got to be willing to tinker. So how much are you willing to tinker? I don't know. That's just kind of my quick take. What do you guys think? Is it a device you would pick up? I don't know. Let me know. You guys know what to do. Comment, rate, subscribe, and you got all that Patreon. All that crap is down in the description, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.